Swedru All Blacks is one of the beautiful sporting clubs we have in Aguna West and its environs. And of course, every weekend when we have matches in our homes, we all troop to the sports stadium to show our support to Swedru All Blacks. But of course, our draw and losing streak keeps continuing. We cannot win matches in most of the aways. And in Yumbre, we were two great sports analysts. They have been following All Blacks right from Division 1 through to the Premier League. Now, Yumbre, about the share, in your management, no, including coaches and then the players. What they go Aquima, yes, she be a year say, Ozi, Yam, who can be between the Atana, Premier League. Maui and Fisa, I can subscribe, not share. Now, they would chew, no, so on brown. Yes, this beautiful community together. Quickly, we will go to our panelists and then start the conversation right from there. As for Yamamuna Apaba, Maui and Fisa, I can really subscribe now for community, the Ucheuni and common and yet quickly, we were two settings, handsome guys, one would dispose more approaching, especially when it's come to Swedru All Blacks Club. Now, quickly, may introduce one now, after Fusu, one money papaya, or Aguna Swedru. Quickly, Chairman, we are wako. We are actually,
they are changing the near the
sharp. Now, but your body now introduce watch ATF.
Okay, Van
Dyke.
Messiah Sports. Rock FM.
Rock FM. And there's Liverpool we need.
Anything. No, I'm very disappointed.
You are very disappointed.
Purchases are a year this year. Everybody and Upe in the amount of money we our transfer window was a bit enviable. I know we against it. We performing since last season for coaching. Young spend piano, and it's been a bit disappointing. With Nottingham Forest, I saw 3 PSV. No, I think we still trust the coach. Once Liverpool near second clubs, so we'll give him at the end of the season. We will be so the Champions League is a tradition. 1 year the private man, they don't try say bit my big kakra, not the Premier League. Then fighting for it. So at least with me this second or third pay the transfer window, we'll give him another season.
Sure, that's a beautiful submission there. Now, just a who expectation was still working say Liverpool.
Oh yeah, the Premier League said let me check it table. That's not Liverpool 9 points per. And we are not even halfway through the season. They be because the Premier League in December. That is where a lot of time Arsenal fall short. Ebony December until what was party in depth now. It will help you. I'm hoping say Ishak you do none fitness number or 20 who go Kitiki. The likes of Gapo will come to the party. Salah will go to the African Cup of Nations. But we will still move on. We have a lot of options. I think say maybe I like center backs. Van Dijk, the Canes and Konate now Gomez. Yensheda ni the small boy near Tonan were prior. Mark Green, Penny and Sanya de Anka. By Peddy coach, managing games in the second round of the season. He won the league from Arsenal virtually in the second round of the season. To me, she say at the second round. The likes of Van Dijk say he experience. That is what Arsenal lack for years. Van Dijk, the Mohamed Salah, the Alisson, the Robertson, four squad now. Or my work St. George in club time. You know when to compete any other. And the Premier League, in which the last 8 years, any Man City Magic 6 and Yaji 2. It's a new money who's any a year. And yes, I may underestimate Arsenal. By Man City in that top, Kaubi saying such things, can make us so much. Arsenal, a bottle and a lot of occasions, we say we can do something. Man City and a bit convincing, even though but we can do something. Me sure say next 3 matches, the performance na me say Arsenal Belgium League easy and I say Liverpool can beat them in the second round of the season.
Of course, now your friend Van Dijk or a very sports enthusiast. Ope say ota utie no bebre. I'll be to me a Rock FM or na ota di ni juma say what the toba on obe di sports on the Belgium pass. And so strong Liverpool fan as the name defines Van Dijk or no what's na ekunjum wa ha imbre. Quickly, Chairman.
Master.
Akwaba.
Medase.
Viawoko.
Wow, shall you busunga kakra?
But your body check.
Medin the Benjamin Curtis, me sport analyst or Gas Media.
Okay, and Curtis, we sport analyst, and your back Curtin, so on also all your man you strong fan,
Yeah,
German, and the
United
man you
forever.
winning.
As usual.
Now, man you team this year at Tiana, so and I never.
Oh, yeah, I'm playing for any Akasa. Say, yeah, building, yeah, rebuilding. I think from last season, now results in here, but this time around, yeah, try say yeah, pick it up in Kakra. And then we started on a flat way, but later we came into the game and had a win.
Moya, the most Crystal Palace, Moya. But I was not the GD's pass Crystal Palace, I think, will beat him hand because more from the day said and say,
Yes, yes. Personally, for me, going into the game, I had no expectation because I know, say, what we lack is what they have above us. And they say, one more character, and our team, we lack character. So going down, like, I didn't even expect we could fight back, but the United Spirits came in and we had a good result.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Curtis Van Dyke, my mom akwaba biom aba King Valley TV so. Na ye kai say hi King Valley Arena intino oko YouTuber na wa subscribe na ubi so na wa share na wa for all the social media platforms here we na obi to me we follow you so na wa enjoy some of the promos ubi so oko social media Facebook say Emmanuel Fifi, right? Good. Obi to me follow no and Curtis Benjamin Curtis on also all social media. Obi to me follow. It's quickly young come on so. Young far a European football to change. You know how we all love football. When it comes to football, yeah, Bemadun say no a united a year men pa. Now Yembra fi kakra. Yembra ya Ghana Premier League. One start the season. Nyoma ekoswa kama oba Swedru Aguna Swedru Central Regional Nipotema ye wo ya lovely club ozi Swedru All Blacks ewa ha na medicine we di All Blacks each right from Division 1 ye call out of the Premier League I think 16-17 years ago
sure.
And ye they support ADHR and yasan ya be Premier League na ye started o share your matches na ye bona I will start from Van Dijk chairman All Blacks OZ, the management, the new players, the old players, the old coach, the new coach. Near line now, do you think it's going to, help us maintain ourselves in the league? And I said,
Bro, you ever start this season? Now I had a lot of reservations about the team. How transfer issues. The coach no sacking there. Now I was in support of it because all last qualified, no qualified by If we are being truthful, our coach in the morning said that is true. Coach Tamaklo started very well. No, a very well experienced. On the coaching uni start. Then time number was Swedru. Tough coaching. When I saw Blast now I knew said they are in the right direction now. For free move at the latter stage of the season. Coach no by how to qualify from the Division 1. If I'm going to say Division 1, born qualify. I am born be I am iska operations. How to qualify until check his zone now. How Tamates qualify from here, we all saw it. There be any good starts, we all saw it. Oblast, yes, ball last season. Now you know who say. Once I'm penny for the matches now, Henry Asante Chuma Barra, like who I say no. And your leg in a coffin. The leg in a coffin. Into check your virtual when we say traditional clubs in February. Opa will be making will be unfollow. Check it per statistics. Oblast top clubs are. They show more leg in the league center. Virtually Oblast match in their stadium full. This is what they wanted. No matter the likes of Hazakers, 11 Wonders, turnover for Accra is now BA United. These are traditional clubs. Some of them spicy. Once you be a free Swedru, I know you are going to need or some sense of belonging. All Blast. That is how it is. All Blast is different from Dreams FC. It's different from Vision 1. It's different from 11 Wonders. Those clubs, Opa, winning all their matches on that leg, still on stadium, and a one-man team. And your community based and that's a traditional club is All Blacks. All Blacks is very big. Who go outside that? All Blacks is eventually like maybe Atletico Madrid of the the Spanish La Liga, or the Olympic Marseille of the League 1. The likes of Tottenham, Everton, with these traditional clubs, or yeah, they can be club. And All Blacks are there some here unqualified. I was in support time on first school coach no qualify na ho de ne ye den e wo from Bob Blast pam no mo ko fa we check the Ghana Premier League 18 clubs 2 clubs per and more foreign coach e your Blast ne aduana ko fa Chiwo Aristica a card there or the aduana e the Premier League no or your ball experience mass experience the check aduana on the league log they are performing all Blast ko fa Ahmed fat yenina yenimo no onye top coach on coach a big club the other assistant coaches na why then why for around 4 to 5 clubs in Egypt and why and the aba into onye top coach or the all Blast ebe better CV into coach ni more na obo why hit even go above the weight pen experience or then or what into check here assistant coach or then buy or a video analyst or typical technical man video analyst no then oh yeah I'm about to this a rasta guy or on the man or near the assistant coach no more into check technical department now Oko house of work or more mass who did drama why you in them back why Blast as assistant coach that obeko aduana mabachi over Aristica okopotoko omo coach Karim Zito well experience mass experience on had to fly on draw on your blood the same way yeah being coached by coach Bashir
very
assistant coach than you and you one coach no okotoko on the coach the likes of Eric Beckham in experience coach Bash then ewo to check the Premier League now check it Mediama ekita coach Ibrahim Tanko why assistant coach for Cameroon national team that for the Blasters that Bobo in Europe, that mass experience near them. Ikita coach Ibrahim Tanko. These are the coaches all Blast coach here can I say me Fatty or the Kwakushia. Let's be serious. Say be Ayoko Winiba Junction. Ukita Okaya which you na meti bicycle. Now you expect me searching tonight. Meaning to that be. Enti I'm a sure Blast gamer. I'm to say coach like on force so by ahoden in your day endu all Blast players then almost inside what could say division 1 ache this year division 1 no any ahoden to say that time na be an start through 28 209 209 210 now we fit division 1 ya ba beje the Ghana Premier League ya division 1 is fragile ahoden ni money mechanic money base unya na how they qualify virtually based on performance on 11 wonders performance or the 11 wonders performance or the see who ho see who you can say who all Blast no qualify more than member no mobile or my than near ever for see here Premier League be Sunderland pool free division 1 by check the kind of competition or they or them all Blast players or toy soccer intellectuals Park Academy Ebusuna Drafts these are clubs only ni wozu ni no omo nya den omo nya ade you go check the position of drafts on the league club the position of your can say bia soccer intellectual enye class we ka say omo di ye second omo di ye third omo get good players omo de be boy into check your technical department now ahoden wo form oko players ahoden wo form all Blast players no mo no omo ya de o by Ghana Premier League no the experience na eden ebo to check how good stars we need the Ghana Premier League the likes of you can say Vincent Tatinga mu na ye den ebo ma wo that is how you bought the Ghana want to go start by me boy your show Blast the likes of William Dinty formerly of Accra House of Folk these are the guys omo do omo ye den omo buy ahoden ye den e wo form all Blast qualified all Blast on your own go to pick it out Blast check House of Folk e Benjamin Asare or Agbesi or the dreams akwa Africa check Kotoko Kamara mo all Blast or the ayi mu ne free wa ye den e buy enti per every department all Blast ahoden ye den e wo form by the how many say first round of league na ye born first round here obetimi abobi second round obetimi ball e hono na member on all Blast go say dream say second round na dream say per points in the aka league ni na all Blast bebe fi e kwan bia obetimi mo say den agi enko be bia into all Blast unni wait na e do critical say be bia me danye me ko say me konya points e wotakwa untimi nkonya ebi mpa woni media ma abo wo Swedru he ya e ba be chinchim nsa ye den agi akọ ebi a woni aduan na abo woni baabi ani mu ye den ebo the likes of us for say omo ne house mo hwe officiate ni wa say mo ye sa na ho pani di ye den e depend into second round no all Blast ntimi ama see enough points is here second round there na me no Ukraine on yes
so that was a beautiful submission from Van Dijk and before I make Curtis, so no, Van Dijk, okay, BB say first round now, you're born it, or blast beat me abu. Na say, your boy could see your second round, or no, abrono, and Casancasa ever started. And from your submission, so I may ask you, say, coach now what's happening, it's okay. What training the experience coach from Okita. Say when it comes to the experience now, match up to some of the already made coaches that work Premier League. Do you think say the supporters are complaining a lot? They be you lose and I say you draw and I say say performance now just like today in 2 years then you put up a better performance now you win the match. And do you think that we should give the coach man of time? Say they be a baby and I said do you think say with the coach only experience our and what all blast team as a whole?
My God, the Ghana Premier League, is mainly business.
Sure.
And now, in the first place, you can't say Oblast appointed this coach, but the Oblast is here. On coaching top level football now, or your assistant coach,
or they build any experience.
Yes, and Oblast as a traditional club, and we check the investment. Oh no, my here in the team. But I saw Oblast relegation because check the Swedru Sports Stadium. No more year 24 hours. Because for 11 p.m. No more year Juma day. It was so. By Omundi Ukraine, the MO said, check your blood the department. Center backs that had a good player, the likes of Tutu Momunya back. By Oblast here, here men, like here man, boys neighbor. Oblast team a boys neighbor. Which make us Swansea penny meeting my friend, a man. In terms of football, per age the ABI, most of them might be men. By football wise, per experience, a boy snare then, a bobo here, man, therefore be a day, a woman. Once I check the typical that Chelsea team, not just Marino coach now, on your first level now, John Terry, Alex, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Michael Ballack, Didier Drogba, we are national team captain now, team say, man, Kassan Eba, Oblast Nibi. Sisiano, Mranti and Unqua. Mranti and Bobo and a fine. Yankaso Muni Adri, by the Ma Wobon, Abrabona, the Ma Bob when you experience near the Eba. The Premier League Nibon, Ayana, and yet Nigeria 20 gigs are Debbie. The Oblast being here, center back where well experience. Oblast squad, we are check here against nations or consider two, or surface near Tiasano, against Ebiana or consider two, or call Hawaii or consider two. Even against Dream FCO winning 3-3 or consider 2. The Oblast it's easy to score against them.
Okay.
It's easy. On there, Ama Young Apostles, any point in the apple because they didn't concede a goal. And not just yes, and not because they scored a lot of goals. Oma is a goal, but they protected their back line. Omo the point here then echo. Oblast even 3-2 of course with Dream C. Now so poly 3. Check how difficult is it to win such games? Until defensive set up no. Which na part be able there be. The primary aim, the primary goal as defenders they say to make sure the ball crying the enko goalkeeper so. Oblast air consider it might be their center like their defensive setup. Omu here be my den ewo. It can midfield one mono. Oblast be nya midfield about one Premier League in 6 years. And to know you can be by who park ni soon na. It in Oblast set up no. O senka ye hu so Oblast edge way free mediama either loan and also no. Oblast e be akọ house either loan and also no kotoko loan. Your place or more kotoko ne house ni mediama omunya bi mbo a enye so omunya bad place. We bet na akọju em loan just to make sure so first season what can we one team mo a the next season ko be hu de obeye de obeye. Oblast the players of Mutunya Division 1 Premier League player me team the year Benjamin York or more 1 minute. But it's a lot of rumors around him. By me now fully confirmed team in person the mechanism team of course. On the penny well-known Premier League player me say about some at Division 1 each but has to focus on your back. Or also a native of Abuna free Gumualumi. Free here it is one of our own. One of our own is meaning so more. And they should work at league, no. They have all every match is Oblast a winning you pay.
3.
We need 3.
Yeah.
It's Oblast won a cheap.
Yeah.
second round no say American opa endu enti kotoko abaha no pe points are All Black best kotoko
impossible. And that was Van Dijk and all my beautiful submission. Now I hope say their suggest now so in painful better now mo etum and one more than you because All Blacks ye na ye dream na ye wish say on be Premier League because what be relegation part to go and start again a very difficult task for them. Thank you very much, Van Dijk. Curtis. Say you know Van Dijk wa my submissions ni be pray All Blacks way forward and your performances also wait the All Blacks achieve right from Division 1 to the sport market who follow one and what is the way forward?
Okay, me ni ameda say All Blacks no nsensem no edoso pa but senia yen insider ni enim ne ekoso mu no ntimi a e wa bonti na yen wo no e na yebe ma ho commentaries in the country. I think football is not just about the playing alone. A lot goes into setting up a good team and playing a good league and also sustaining the league. But with All Blacks, and they are going through a lot of challenges. Outside now, yes, ball trano, a team needs stability and cohesion before they can play and get the needed result. But yeah, starting free. Opa, I questioned the last time All Blacks started first. Division 1 match, and the last match with the and the match boy, and that's even this Premier League crack. First man and share line up inconsistency. Department be a change na way, meaning team stability. No, anyway. The only position now, Ubetumi aka say, you maintain a goalkeeper. Even Ayi wasn't a starter from Division 1. Way prior, forgotten this guy name. First keeper no prior, then Ayi came in and he cemented his position with the clean sheet here and there. Tutu and the over 6 or Oscar Sigison and over 4 no. Tutu wasn't a starter in Premier League. It was Oscar and Zayat. Then Oscar got injured. Then Tutu came in. Lavette too wasn't a starter, but later he cemented his position. Aziz is a new player, so he's still adjusting. Ando, who started today, is also a new player who is still adjusting to environment, the new players on Omobono. Fosu, Division 2 player. Talent, but we saw one say, was he given the proper orientation into the team? On him, Sani Blast, on him, how are you lose? The supporters react. He doesn't know. Even these players, they didn't even introduce them to the supporters. They just threw them under the bus. So Mumbo. And it may have a psychological effect on the players. And team so I think Rudolph is our most consistent player. Other one with team as once he comes in and he goes out. Benjamin, our left wing. Benjamin started as a left back. Now when you bimbo, then I'm converting a call left wing. As you is super, very good there. Solo had injury, came in, put him say ball back. No phone, you get that kind of performance, a more flashy performance, and there at the china, on and off. As one see, na mekano do or ball, do and you're starting Hafiz. Hafiz is a new player, also still adjusting into the new environment. Then who change coach, even when All Blacks is playing, you can clearly see what they want to do, and the next thing they want to do, you can still predict it. A big problem. But how do we solve this problem? I think coach Nawabano or a new coach building a new thing, he need guidance. Somebody needs to inform him. As a team like All Blacks, you could clearly see last season, All Blacks was run professionally. So I'm expecting All Blacks by now, they have data of their players' performance from last season. Has anybody present that data to the coach? Instances that you can clearly see, say, we need this player. Last season, no more stability with team anymore. The player is not playing. If the coach, I don't think the coach is aware of all those players, almost performance last season. So is it all your bronity? Man, that much freedom, a young guy, Ghana, you're more professional league, but what goes into the league is not professional. So sometimes you need guidance. You need to tell him, say, hi, say. All Blacks first match, you consider 2 goals against Nations. Those 2 goals, you know, any goals I consider with Ghana, any goals I consider against Hearts of Lions, they are of the same pattern. You have only two center backs in them. You knew be or communicate. Cause call Jina, meba. We don't have that. That's the leadership. When we were experienced defender, on ube studio up, all blacks like leadership in the field of play. Midfielder be no to make us call. God in our blood, the back of some catch Stephen Odo. Call. It gives you the confidence. It gives you the to express yourself. But nobody is doing that. Even you expect Anderson can check for so uncle. No bad no you get it. You need sanko for no feel say I own here. Boy edu day bia or send ya team spirit no team bia wo play bia team spirit no mu. You can talk of Samba O'Neil. Etonia there is all over the pitch. When you go to Bibiani Go Stars, Atakumi, singing handle hearts of folk. Bobra, you don't have that kind of player. You will be crying spirit in realm because you are more proper orientation.
Okay. So you are more proper orientation.
Yeah.
Now make Kyle say King Sports still you work in Valley Arena will be to me joining by subscribing on YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms. Mini Van Dyke, any Curtis, and all blacks way forward. Any expectations in your management? It's ye ne edibi to omuko to Juma on between my team no akoni. Curtis waka bebre. Sesania Van Dyke so a kind Sisiano Van Dyke say ye coach. In Canada, mean swing says what the all black in teams or ombe coachy because then you to me if you which one about Premier League. He wall experience coach Obama Yebeka League. But I say coach we know or the ability experience. Coach we know ye maintaining ye try no and as a management in car almost no mujano pineapple for baby buana.
Oh baby, to be honest with you, the coach announcement, it was something that didn't go down well with me. But after watching the team play here and there, I think I like the coach. Yes. What person who's a coach, a good at share team, more performance on the pitch, how they play the organization here and there. What Oblast lack, say, almost settle our league anymore, which we expected them to be settled by now. But you know one funny thing, young guys, the moment they get one good result, then they get carried away. So who is supposed to make sure they put them to order? The coach bearing a family there. But I think the coach also have some people around him. Almost they are sleeping on their job, honestly.
You think the technical staff know woman yet proactive enough?
Good. I want to go hard here so that Obibe to me, I throw this page on background. Like I say, maybe we are doing it, but coaching in tea. And then they should throw out their name. Because I don't think Ghana League, one goal, then you are still playing high line. And you know one funny thing about black over down your players no. Almost respected Abrofuni so much to the extent that they play according to what they will tell them. And these players being young, sometimes Omar dream down almost a ball no aside the rule na no instance go also use ability like use what talent in you. Any Hearts of Lions go like consider here. Your ball through pass. Tutu Eddie Freeman Echisa. No, I'm not saying Tutu is a bad player. He's a very good player. But as at Vincent Atenga or Samba O'Neil, who applied the zone going Wadeno, or over to form and sound of the way to 18. Right from center, he followed him out to the 18. Then 18 went to me as Washel. And you're the photo or play to the system. No. But your experience, and I said, first I met him in a smiler. But so big, fan to you will hear it. You will hear it. Experienced defenders. But to say back, no back at you. According to fan to so and there's Oblast center backs, 4 and 5, one experienced guy, Oscar. Obam with Philly, better skin look at crap.
So
it's on to
submission in an address like you maintain coach no for
I
now.
think yes,
Now,
but I need guidance.
We need guidance. The guidance you see, I'm telling you, staff is assistant coach or guidance no. In Kola no more in ba almost guidance no I need because supporters no so can they complain a lot, but I don't think they need none receive it from there because it's always the same thing and they are always complaining.
Like I said, somebody is sleeping on his job. We have a team manager. I don't know if say a CEO or one represent CEO and that's or act now. If the supporters body is very effective and they are well recognized, they can call on management, put questions to them, and they answer them. Okwa Bruchia, Dortmund, after match, they to me keep you on more players hostage. Then the supporters will be holding megaphone. They will ask you, what informed this approach to the game? And then I'll share you out. Then the coach will took the megaphone back and answer them. Supporters that they are well recognized, they ask questions and they get proactive answers.
But from every game I ever ball, park I ever call, from takes I take it from the audience, including the executive supporters and staff. You say they always send messages across board every match be based on our performance on the field. We say executives need sending messages across, but still you not any feedback on us, you not any impact from there, and it keeps on happening.
My brother Nokrani said, football is an emotional thing. And that thing we call it emotion. The moment you attach it to something, you might get your approach wrong. Yes. I mean who one or two reactions from the supporters. But from where I sit, I think the approach is wrong.
It's wrong.
The entire business are they well recognized supporter base? Like supporters normal.
I think they have
a family or teammate, meaning you need to be recognized. What I say. So who do you have to channel your complaints to? Because say your friend say who here be you papa or say who gate nature now yeah. So somehow can to assume cry near short of bed or far. You go to the management. How many players did we register? Why is this player not playing? Why this? Me cry me sit back now. Me say me any team no more. After the season, Oblast post data of players at all on my Facebook page, which it is there. The previous coach, the setup no about 4-3-3. 4-3-3 no bono. Now, Rodrigo, that's Amo Ebenezer Amo, operating as a number 10. Then you have Aswansi and this thing, Rudolph, which sometimes they switch. Then Benjamin here. Then you have Isiama sitting deep, protecting the defenders. And my defenders need freedom. Then you have Inkum protecting the attackers. Inkum double work. Or making sure say your attackers will stay high on the pitch. Not cover with trauma. Then you have such a player who was agile, say only the engine that qualified the team. On to making match this squad. Then you have somebody at the bench. Just Wednesday way. Team no ball FA Cup match. And due to the fact that you rested our players into you're starting on. That player couldn't do the job. Just 45 minutes. This coach, you took him out and brought him in. He cemented the midfield. We had the needed result. Then today we have a Premier League match and Inkum is still not part of the team. So that player now man task now went to my at the bench. We need to ask questions. What is going on?
So you think the executive supporters have a job to do?
Of course, but they need to channel it rightly.
Okay. Yeah. Van Dijk, I'm saying Curtis so Akabebre, no or cemented on the point that fine, coach in here inexperience. He might be using the team to build himself.
Sure.
But I know Trey say so far so good. The tactics in the ball now or you okay. It's 1 man of time. Do you think giving him more time it will change things on the way?
I tell you, I'll make his statement. What say omoko away obla shegu area no more high line.
Yeah.
When they amount of more high line. Who tells them that?
Good. I know he's the coach, but you know one thing.
Thank you. No,
No, let me.
No, one answer into
No, I want to. No, because I may expand it. Me answer no man.
No,
Because I may expand it. Me answer no man.
No, let me finish.
Oh no.
Relax it.
I may expand it. Me answer no man.
Remember to continue.
Okay, you go. You flow.
High line. Yeah, how teams be play key results. Yeah, yes, so like it's all blast and really all the home matches. Yeah, I say Ghana Premier League. You who they are teams in Barry over here.
Yeah.
You who they are baby and you
Go
Chelsea
so.
people they display themselves.
Yeah. Someone respect your blast. They thought a new side. They are going to bounce on them.
No, technically they feel.
Yeah, technically they almost approach everything.
Yeah, sure they are. Maybe you go start best of last 1 year.
Yeah.
You can't even get into their penalty box.
Oh yeah. The same thing happened today.
Because someone minimum pool.
Yeah.
They sit deep. The Heart of Lions, who they are bad. As folk didn't come to Swedru in the best possible shape. Because just after losing against Commercials and Tikonto, emotionally they will be down. Morale be able to.
But that particular match, all Blacks put here a better performance.
Oh, of course.
I was even saying, performance na any has boy. Saying how Blacks between maintain his team now. Kebe boy
On to me because to the extent, so they be cast all Blacks. Omo ya deal like omo is about their weight.
Good.
Materials of
coach, yeah.
Anka omo here little touch.
Yeah.
That little touch, the first thing is also coach in the sorry free bench one or the oko. Who need experience in the Ghana Premier League. He doesn't even know how to save a team. Once Oblast took a big gamble because Tima Wakushi Division 1 for so many years. Oba and coach or they qualify 100%. I second you guys for sacking on your top coach. Some Oblast Pam and Cameroon who will be qualified there. Already Obianim they qualified from the Division 1. By Oblast Kofa coach. No. Whenever I see money about this year, only the drama money about people. Into check here, Oblast go start the share no ha. Oblast go start last year. Money the Ghana Premier League. To my home then any bad. Heart of Lions perform so were being coached by Coach Bass. Oblast in the board draw. The Oblast recruitment in coach number 5. On my idea in the game against Asofuk that draw. In the game against Heart of Lions that draw. Pay recruitment Oblast matches no many results. Go start going to me because Go start at the Ghana Premier League just last season. Heart of Lions last year no more top 4 and they are performing so well. My baby has a folk or Hinijan, Marco Bokotoko, Baba, and you know, so we show strength no more than Omo. Say Oblast are matches no pay their transfer. And the most supporters leadership no reacting now. Because I know all of them. Eddie Blay, Boama, Fenmo, I know this guy, bracket them, I know them. Now both said pay recruitment no blast here, and any pay head coach no 5. And compare commander second and number third. Let's be realistic. Transfer na here any coach I'm 5 there. Modimba, 2% session. Enye nyame beye obi am. Enye say Nemo be time the Ghana Premier League the second round are for the men. Oblast are not part of them. Let's be truthful.
You know one funny thing. Who's an who can be say your supporters it's like we complain too much. You know say boys our talent. So no
me key statement you know what was. And yet supporters in jail now. And yet you.
Oh yeah, people that they were supposed to. Yeah, people that
the leadership.
Supporters.
They out of running Oblast with him. My supporters know because we were representative on the management. Into supporters need there. You could be a free Heart of Lions. Or team pants and I assign. Then you also support the bisa. Because supporters leadership they bisa coach. Why am I a me catch them?
Sure.
You the way you say and sabe management no me or make because most of the management they were from through the supporters.
Management.
Yeah. Omunim players omukoto from soccer intellectual. Omunim say no mu GBF free. So madam fofo enyo mo no mu book coronation. Yes. Ye mfa football nye nam for say go to the right channels, pick the better place for yourself. pack academy players omo ya aware nzema kotoko players no mo buy no omo ya aware
They brought in one from Kuku,
I'm shocked say on person me say they have done the necessary stuff the management
oh yeah
say muti way ana supporters no be to say pressure body for the club no ayo mo say a defensive stool obi ka ade out mu say we ebe boa team ni kwa no mu bofu de bia o kan asemo ne ye dey efa ye team hu dey bi enye de bia na be ye pressing say komo mo ho kwan a recruitment kenye we no be ye ke ja be form mo say ni aye dey aba ye ho ya anyine ye ho anya ade ni ye ho be ye dey ebe kire by Oblast qualifier no with the excitement now because team like division 1 at Oblast a world lab enti ni fraba supporters bia omo check the to pose a qualify and per the omo qualify no bia gidi so they will do the necessary supporters no more outside no trusted the team so much say they were not even judgmental on them see because omaji omedi so we management to they are qualify the geomudi so me they will do the right stuff but they didn't do it. Let's be truthful. Sure. Akofobia coaching Premier League team da. I be coaching team a Division 1 for more than 15 years. Happen why they waba. There be too risky no blast they should do something about it. The earlier the better. Because coach Nico dreams share the better. I feel the demonstration because of information and Oblast as I about drone. Yes. Oh.
It's a fact.
What I say. Just Oblast here, baby Oblast. That no moment did Oblast in China. Oblast ni vision mo nepe. Vision is being owned by Michael Soccer.
Yeah.
Because Ghana Football Association. Your friend the chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
Yeah. The childhood best friend. You do critical. Yeah, farmer. Brekum Chelsea is being owned by Nana Kwame Nketia. Or a top notch. Yenjai Emma Oblast. Mediama is being owned by Mrs. Parker. Oh, Bina Airborne. Adriana start and now see how they are. These are the staffs. Into Oblast, Yempese Bedu. With time, no, it means the bear 4 or 5 years. Yes, you are forced to reckon it. Yebeka so Oblast, we know them. They will stay in the Premier League. By I finish a day and nothing. And the Ghana Premier League means Oblast. Check here. Also, Oblast the matches. I think the last match back no man. All their home matches from me. Because of how I'm for the son of Mopedia said the league. Sure. The Ghana Premier League needs Oblast. Oblast in who can crave your minium, or winning the American. Or winning the American. Because of matches, no. Most about no, but no, you mamma GF. Sure. And we are sound to soon move on a Casama de GF. Most about communication with GF. Not a closer to the GF. So the people around Oblast, no. You can't name money. Or when you know, for better. We push you by. But now I'm born in it. When I'm so last about 3 home matches, no intimate she go.
3 home matches.
I won't mean she go in the Ghana Premier League. Again, baby, any goes last one she go.
And has of folk and
Oblast, wow, one shot. Yan she wow, won't you say? Son of a sort train. Yes, but Oka away now with me, she goes no away in the honors who could she goes now. May I say
so go na na atiaso.
Until they should do something about it.
Not just all blacks in one team Nankasa.
Oh yes, one in the team no have top 4 experience, top guys. Or defense because Okwa we are we consider 2 against all nations Adriana against your kind of say dreams in power we need no. Okwa we need do. Or some we be what that calm and composure now so on they will do those tasks for them. Now made food when you control what I say when you control a beer they will calm things down. But say 110 cannot to be good at it.
But Van Dijk mean Toronto CCR all blacks are committed that error now who elaborate it or committee it's on my committee with that
concern the
choice of the coach.
Okay.
And it say the name we know team no result so I result in so na you go through chapui. Na sani awo church him na some of the clubs no so no won say mpelifo bi so dia no na yekuchia won a edu bibia den na obi antwe man yanko no is a coach we na maybe say ontinim na yen bi ye results ya na onko
the first thing they should do is to sack the coach and oh yes football there so him say the can say Zidane oh yeah Florentino Perez ni darling.
Coaches are hired to
When
fight.
things were not going on, of finance, man, I'm don't call you any.
Right.
On Roman Abramovich, when himself Frank Lampard, the legend of the club Chelsea. Born about Pam, but team no coach name. That was the first time Chelsea Apamu coach Roman Abramovich and I addressing legend because of the kind of respect Roman Lampard. By now he has to save the club. Eventually, local automatic for man could get the Champions League that particular season. Into coach there, you can hire them, then fire them. That's time they interviewed Don Carlo Ancelotti. And then Gary cannot say, what the champion? We are saying, what the Champions League can see. What could you recommend? What could you say? By a check here, I cycle by 4 times. No, as Rossio is part of the job. I can have us no semi kai, a pamemo by a pamemo Napoli, a pamemo Chelsea, any idea. It can be a part of the job. Yes, I couldn't just see the idea. I'm queen. And from they need to sack him. Madrid, Obeja Quine, Don Carlo last season or coach of less, Omanjano Quine will be alone Shaba. That is how it is. Football is being Bukelo be also Chelsea those that Roman Abramovich say about training grounds.
That's I say the cycle.
Check how Roman Abramovich was very successful with Chelsea.
Interesting.
Omuja coach in the Quine. Omuja no Quine at the Babajino the last 4 or 5 matches now first round. You know who the base of the team and who baby also the
Sure.
Then we carry on in the second round. Yeah, Jaya the first round then by way to me, I'm at the comments in the last 4 or 5 months. Not second round, we go all out.
Sharp. Conversation here very interesting. No can say yeah, gross news. Now, Osha Van Dyke analysis no the mine or no car say All Blacks you coaching them for fun there. Okay, you can say one more fan. It is your best sim Nansaka everybody and coach no. Penifunian almost acting non court. Send every year you bet to me. Yadin your milk up in the Yaka. Premier League anymore, not Premier League deciding. IFFA because All Blacks or die, your man and non supporter, you true behind All Blacks in the day. Move film, Mutiati. That is
my bro. And I make no say All Blacks leg in the day, you better try send every but the problem with All Blacks, now for me, I think the coach is part of it, though. You can't do away with it. But I think it's more than just
you. Agree with Van Dijk,
coaches are hired to be fired, and also as a result of the question with no one way selection. That's you'll be more confirmed say indeed the other people around him are advising him on certain things he's not taking up. Then he should be fired.
Let's be truthful. The people around him ain't top guys.
Good, but you Van Dijk. But you say, Ajimai,
good in the Premier League. Let's be truthful.
But Ajimai, have you engaged Ajimai before?
No.
Oh, Ajimai, on him game no. Me can't saw your experience coach. No. Category now. I'm not saying he falls within that category, but he understands the game. Let me tell you one thing. All Blacks problem, baby, I'm a 40 coach. I want to say, selection, I one way, and the game plan to me, I think is one. Let me learn. You get my point.
But coach, players no use one. Can you tell me so to move back?
No. Coach, they even some few players good. Some few players were even justified players. The Fosu guy. Justify no when on the pick, But you see, All Blacks Boboa, yen checking minutes on the concede goals, call nations. They considered around 75th going, then 90 plus, and on the concede second goal. Call many Bibiani goal stars. Aka 1 minute to half time, and concede here. Omuko Adriana, they considered around 60th minute, then 90 plus, then they considered again. Omuba Heart of Lions, 1 minute to half time, and I'm conceded here. Then I think Samates too, they considered so half time 45 plus. So I think it was almost 2 minutes to reset, and now I'm considered. In football, when team concede around those times, we label it as lack of concentration. And lack of concentration can be linked to inexperience. So for me, I think materials na the coach ni kita no. Ama na edwuma na ayɛ den. Ayɛ den. You lack leadership of preaching.
Say near Van Dyke or materials number 3. My final question. Van Dyke still says all blast coach uncle in order for us to retrieve a better performance. Say even your experienced coach of a bar of a carry team. Also work as at least since over two materials no need to take time say
sure and sound when you
familiar with those
yeah, and when you things right.
Yeah,
that one
there. Yeah, and then we the supporters and so to me. Internet still maybe right now. So what is the way for it? Because Van Dijk is still saying in order for us to get a good result, yeah, my coach in Enko. Nanka Yanshu coach for Nanka All Blacks in your confident infra.
But me to be very honest with you, me you be a follow Ghana Premier League in the with All Blacks team there one. Between me and one me as I feel me dream say currently do you have any good coach out there? Why is something good with why is something good with this All Blacks team? Honestly, your local coaches in the woman in our strength too. Your local coaches no. Me Ghana local coach me believe you know. Bashiru or you engage Johnson Smith or you engage then who again depending for the team
now Van Dijk
Yusuf Abubakar
let me tell you
Yusuf Abubakar formerly of Indiana omni like local coaches I mean so
let me tell you when you say Ghana Premier League
Abrofo no
local coaches na
Bruni Krabeja be say local experience being in an MBA adwuma
it's young local coach.
Oh yeah, we have top guys over here.
Inshallah for no.
Makana will come about
Inshallah for
if you are ready to play in the Ghana Premier League, Maka, you need to spend.
Oh yeah.
And the coaches, one big department.
Yeah, that one they good.
Oh, Heart of Lions, the Premier League, no more struggle. A very young coach, but he did so well in the Division 1. But when Rani decided to fall on Coach Bass, very experienced. I'm sorry, but very calm because he knows the Ghana Premier League. He doesn't fear to be stagnant. Very well mannered. Check it. Has under Masahu Didi Drama. Very calm, collected, such an experienced coach. But the Ghana Premier League maybe that into the high experience. Yep, so Papa CV be a motive to home. These are the once you coach be the president's cry operations mount. All Blacks coach, let's be truthful. Oblast coach experience Ben or Eden or we himself like experience. And we should even go into it. One of by what was the motive behind it? What was the decision? And then I arrive on such a coach. Management needs to be host accountable. They need to be well accounted to the supporters because Oblast is being followed by a lot of people with full of emotions because a traditional club is part of them. Tinabe who say, Mama, I'm penny for everybody, penny for and so. A bed on a normal Sunday or BP on a normal Saturday we are BP, no material just for the love of the Oblast coach in a one day ever form. He needs to be sacked. Say Oblast is serious, drawing. Coach our pressure was with now come any young apostles about draw. No, he needs to go, he needs to be sacked then. So man Pamuno neko check a team relegation. I know typical Swedru how people take stars or maybe empty stadiums. Says can munya or division 1 or the buy no the support no munya for the debt in a lot of people disappointed so blast relegation they need to act fast so you now your management of the club have the boss sack him minimum some coach compensation is way bigger because I know and soon in the club they need to the management a kind of saying they emphasize the about they check around the stadium so blast match and confudio moton their business it boosts the economy in town every Sunday and we be one they will get sales if you make matter now a week or two no money a day that is the benefit of football and Oblast the community coach he needs to and you don't a problem but he's a major part he goes close to be 40-45% and sana yaba players ne so kakra and sana management so kakra so mo yede omoje no ma yede omaje oblast ni operations nti enye bibia na ye ka nti oblast boast airbo match na wa 0-0 against the Kanisianga Apostles penalty ba akukura ntimi enso no nyoma bi weni kwan say ye boss ba omuma ya yede aka who is the operations or no say ja yede ekono so there be Division 1 yẹn fa suit ne tie na ebo ye di nika ne kambu jeans on that eye ni edin sa na edebo the Ghana Premier League enye mama ba for ye football ne ye de ye bo nti ye nyu obi a oye rough oye fearless obetimi awura to krom agi results ama club na they need to do shake up at the management operations no see who difference ye de ewu ehu wa because yakwa we ye adwuma nti ade nti na ye nkwan ehu bi ye di ne ntimi nya adwuma.
You see, football, a lot goes into it. And I make I say from where I sit, I will talk of near team no air year. Mimi who, and I make I say men can't go. You get it. Before a league season starts, the team management needs to do a press for, if not press, but like some small ceremony, unveil the new players, team no direction call for the season. Nina engaging the supporters and briefing them of all this, sometimes calm them when things like this rises. You get it? Obroni coach I think minimum contract even the contract wasn't well communicated to us. Then he answered last Ahmed Fati, here we go. But going forward, then I'll say team here. Me, if they can get somebody or a well experienced our market this year, no about handle team now, many problem. But with what I've seen around the team, like almost solve 1 or 2 problems here. And can you first of all, they need to question the coach why he's always selecting some specific players. Players are even when they are not coming in.
I even heard say some of the players were not even registered.
It's a make I say unless insider no be to proper what I say. But if it's a player which are full team squad, now they not one register now. A unprofessional. But I think say players and also management, if they are being treated that way, I think some communication has gone to them. If say a normal professional, the players also know. But if they are due to contract bind want to know, they also can put certain things out there. But and I make I say the coach needs to be questioned. One, on the selections. And also why some players are not playing.
You have monitored this situation from afar, right? Can see.
Yeah.
That is why Van Dijk can say in all these instances, they are ever cut everything short.
Yes,
so are you saying we should do all these error checks and then maintain this coach?
Error checks na ye be no enye me na me manager adekunti ameka sa ne say ye krom ha no wo ye bo professionally but we don't do things professionally. For all you might know, coach na ga sample no mpeni na ate what the list be am and work with this players.
What to do the expression.
Actually, ya kwaji obi player ye turn on akwaji 10% man exposure na nko. Like ye krom ha ye yes anya manyama no.
I know they were ball, they were football.
Yes. Because me, there are some players, I still don't know why they be on amateur blast bench again you see. Even when moments are they have to come in. There's one Suleiman, me idea they be on your bench. Now one Martin Jan or something like that. You can't tell me say Enesofori, Martin Jan in more boss Enesofori. Enesofori are no yet deputy to Rudolph. Onya Bikrambo. Na Martin, you need to ask these questions. So questions when the supporters leadership needs to ask management. You can't interfere in coaching Ejuma, but while man Ejuma you can question him on certain things.
Okay, thank you very much, Curtis. Of course, while man Ejuma you can question him on certain things. Conversation here very interesting, and then definitely I love this part, and we will definitely have part 2 of this King Sports conversation. And say beautiful submissions now if you me panelists no make sure subscribe Kimberly on YouTube, not following also social media platforms. so that you best click here so now submissions and the interviews and the videos we actually go, you get a notification to listen to the opinions and ideas from these panelists. Make I will be say a means I've been Kusanami of Van Dyke, a beautiful sports analyst and a sports lover, Liverpool fan, or not try and say, to summarize everything that he has submitted, the coach must go so that all Blacks can be in a better form. You are experienced coach, you be in a better form because you be on a target say Yenka a Premier League. Now, Ketty so say in your more better, I don't know who use or fault do, but in Kebeyanka, a man of time, but I didn't know way forward and Van Dyke. Mother was say, Umbrea, you was saying any beautiful submission out there, Yena, we see all Blacks or the best. Say, wait to me, I perform in Queen. And I Curtis also know, I hope, say, management now, in your man, share ideas, I hope, say, video we, do all Blacks management in him.
Sure.
Share. 77 penny for say 3 kunya then. Now, omo 88 a year, I've been to not the idea to be in the because all Blacks be in gym and the be a match was sports cinema. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for this beautiful analysis. We are out.